Good morning and welcome to Fast Forward Women in Photography. My name is Sandra Sykorova. I'm the Curator of Public Programs here, and it's my great pleasure to introduce this two-day conference exploring the historical and contemporary significance of women's photographic practice. Considering both national and international perspectives on women in the history of photography, this event is the outcome of call for papers and builds on previous discussions held here, aiming to map out the territory and identify key issues pertinent to women's work in photography today. With this initiative, we were interested in finding out what were the themes being worked on by women photographers today, how can we ensure that the work of women in photography is recognized and recorded. Is it still relevant today to separate work by women? And what developments over the last 20 years have changed the way photographic work by women is contextualized? Across the next 2 days, we have 18 papers and visual presentations addressing themes including the post-war social documentary practice, reinterpretation of archives and histories, commercial photography, challenging established social and political discourses, and we conclude with networks and collaboration. In terms of format, this conference spans across 2 days and includes 5 thematic sections. Each is concluded by a panel discussion and Q&A, giving you a chance to directly engage in the debate. Today we end here in the Star Auditorium at 5 o'clock, after which we'd like you to join us for drinks reception on level 0 in the closed suite, and there'll be signage to guide you to that. And we will reconvene here again tomorrow morning at 10:30 for a slightly longer program ending at 6:30. Please note that, and you might have noticed already, the event is documented, it's filmed and photographed and audio recorded, so please make sure that your phones are turned to silent mode, and also that you wait for the microphones during the Q&A sessions to ask your questions, and make those questions please brief and clear and to the point, because we run to tight schedule, and if we overrun it will be a disaster, obviously. I would like to take this opportunity to thank our partners, the University for the Creative Arts and the Photography and the Archive Research Centre, PARC, at London College of Communication, University of the Arts London, for all their support in making this event happen. Thank you. Specifically, a big thank you goes to Anna Fox, Sarah Jeans, Maria Kapayeva, Karen Noor, and Val Williams for leading on this project and for co-organizing it with us. Thank you. And I'd also like to take this moment to thank my team here for their amazing organizational skills, and this includes Anna Marie, who's unfortunately sick today, so will join us hopefully tomorrow, and my colleagues Victoria Ivanova and Artemis Tamatiadis, so thank you. And now I'd like to hand over to Sarah Jeans, the head of School for Film, Media and Performing Arts at the University for the Creative Arts, and one of our co-organizers, to say a few words. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to be very brief, just to give you a little bit of background, a bit more background than Sandra has already told us. Like all good ideas, I think this one was born over a cup of coffee by Professors Anna Fox and Karen Noor at the University of Creative Arts, and really kind of questioning, we're at an age that we've been working for a long time. Why aren't there more women getting more recognition? And from that seed, we kind of started some initial research by Maria Kapayeva, really looking at women photographers working worldwide and mapping these. And these will be available on the Fast Forward website going forwards, really looking at women practitioners around the world and really thematics, what are they working on? So from that, then we kind of approached the Tate and Val Williams at PARC with the idea of kind of having a panel discussion, feeling that this is an important subject that needs to be addressed, though I'm sure a lot of us feel this should have been addressed and has, why isn't it more prevalent? So from that, we had an initial panel discussion at the Tate in April 2014, really to test out the idea. And again, this was a sold-out event. We explored issues, a lot of issues came up from that. And from that, we kind of concluded that we really needed a bigger remit, a bigger conference from that. So having put out a call, having set a date, and then we put a call out to papers, we were rather surprised to get about 230 papers submitted to us, which were peer-reviewed, blind peer-reviewed. Fantastic quality and really very difficult how to choose from that, how to hone it down into a 2-day conference. This did and happened, and from that we've now got the theme. So from a shortlist, we then had to shortlist again, really around the themes, the emerging themes that came through those papers. So from this, we're now kind of very excited to be at this point. I'd like to thank the Tate, Sandra and her team have been fantastic, and also to mention Nora Razan, who was in on the initial starting of this idea. Like all collaborations, it's been a progress working, learning to work together, and I really do commend the team at the Tate, have been fantastic in terms of supporting us and building the conference through. So I'd also like to thank our organisations, so the University for the Creative Arts and UAL PARC, for also sponsoring the event and making it possible. I'm now going to hand over to Shoair Mavlian, who is Assistant Curator at the Tate Modern with a focus on photography, who's going to introduce the first panel. Thank you.
Good morning. And firstly, I'd like to welcome you all to Tate Modern. On behalf of the curatorial department, we're really happy to be hosting this conference here this weekend. This is a subject that's of particular importance to us here, and we have been doing a lot of research on this over the past few years. And this is really going to add and strengthen those connections between the Tate and other institutions and research centres around the UK. I was particularly interested in chairing this first session because it's an area that we have been doing a lot of research on, and some of the artists that will be spoken about this morning we have either collected or shown or are currently researching for acquisition. So very exciting. So for the introductions, in reverse order, Sabina Yassot-Gill holds an MA History of Art and English Literature from the University of Edinburgh and is a lecturer in photography at Sotheby's Institute of Art, London. She is a recipient of an ARHC Collaborative Doctoral Award from the University of Essex and Tate. Her thesis explores themes of trauma and memory in Polish post-war photography. Rosette Letterman is a writer and photo book collector who lives in New York City. She teaches at the School of Visual Arts, New York, and is co-founder of 10x10 Photo Books. Letterman writes on photo books, on prints and online journals such as Foam and The Eyes, and for the International Centre of Photography. Next, we have Anna Tellgren, PhD, is Curator of Photography and Research Leader at Moderna Museet in Stockholm. She curated numerous exhibitions, including Francesca Woodman on Being an Angel, 2015. Tellgren was an editor of the book, The History Book, on Moderna Museet, 1958-2008, and is associate editor of the Journal of Art History. And finally, our keynote speaker, Liz Wells. Liz Wells writes and lectures on photographic practice. She edited The Photography Reader, 2003, and Photography, A Critical Introduction, 2015. Wells is a professor of photographic culture, Faculty of Arts and Humanities, Plymouth University, and is a visiting professor at the Belfast School of Art, University of Ulster. And I'd like to welcome Liz.